All right, ladies and gentlemen, that Get Right at Night special guest in studio, 2J Kicks in the building.
What's good, my brother? How you been?
Man, I'm doing great. How you been?
Blessed, bro. Blessed.
You are very blessed. I want to get into some real quick. How was the grand opening out there in New York City?
It was so overwhelming, bro. Like, we had people fly out from other cities, countries. Like, they started camping 3 days prior to opening, and we didn't even have a sale,
That
right?
was just everything.
Yeah, it
Like,
was
yo,
just general. We had a line around a city block that took us like 3-4 hours to process. It was a beautiful thing, bro. Like, to see that much excitement and the engagement day one when we haven't really been in that neighborhood.
yeah.
It's just a beautiful thing, bro.
How was it connecting with is American Eagle, right?
Yeah, I teamed up with American Eagle. American Eagle is our business partner now, and for me, it's exciting because from day one, I've recognized that I needed help, and when you get in a business, regardless of what the business is, you don't really know the processes, right? There's not
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
manual that says, "Hey,
You just got to learn on your own.
Right. And to be able to team up with people that understand retail logistics the way that they do, and then be able to like infuse that into UN and now provide the UN experience worldwide
Yeah.
is really dope. We're going to open like 8 more stores in the next like 2-3 years.
How is it being that you opened up with someone such big in a retail game? Like American Eagle is everywhere, and they're so big that they got into the sneaker culture.
Right. So they have like thousands of stores, right?
Yeah, yeah, all over.
And they're not obviously not the first place that you ideally think about going for culture or
Mhm.
sneakers, but the relationship's great. They understand that there's definitely engagement there from the consumer, and I understood that denim and sneakers go hand in
Yeah.
hand, right? Like they're the number 2 brand when it comes to denim in the United States. They're number 1 in women's, number 3 in men's. So a lot of our guests already are wearing that product, and now we started designing, you
Some of
know,
the jeans?
some of the well, not the jeans themselves, but we're like customizing denim
Oh,
shirts
okay,
in
yeah, yeah.
store. I'm in really, really early stages of designing our own clothing line
Oh,
that's gonna be
man.
put into every American Eagle worldwide. So it's major, bro.
An Urban Necessities clothing line inside?
Every single American Eagle worldwide.
Really? Yo, my man,
Yeah.
that's super
And the
huge.
best part is that we're gonna be able to give back through as our items are selling in their stores, we're gonna be able to incentivize our guests and give back, right? The people are gonna be winning shoes and store credits just by buying our merch.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
So that's in New York City. You got your store
In
in
Vegas.
Vegas, but that's not associated with American Eagle. Like you don't got to go through American Eagle. Will we change that?
So you don't have to go. The Vegas store is a standalone,
Yeah.
right? The Vegas store is gonna get a little bit of denim. Actually, this week, in
Oh, snap.
about 2 weeks, we're gonna start doing the customization aspect of it. The New York store right now is a store in store, and I think it's a great vibe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
At first, what I was seeing on social media was people were knocking it, but now I'm seeing the same people that were knocking it walking into the store, saying, "Yo, this is actually really dope." Um, uh,
That's a cool idea.
yeah,
You
yeah.
walk
It's
in.
different. It's
Yeah, no,
different.
I
But
think that's a cool
like
idea.
it's gonna be a little bit of both. Like some places it's gonna be shop and shop. Some places it's gonna be like a standalone. Like we're about to open Toronto by the end of the year. And the Toronto store is a standalone, and we're gonna be incorporating hopefully barbers and tattoo artists on top of all the
What?
crazy sneakers and clothes that we get already.
Damn.
Yeah, it's
How do you
crazy.
feel like? I feel like sneakers are more popular than they were before. Sneakers have always been sneakers, but the culture scene has gotten so popular.
It's healthy right now.
So now you see Stock X commercials on normal TV.
Which I'm in one too, which is wild. The culture's really healthy in the sense that there's engagement, right?
Yeah.
And it's from all walks of life, which is what it's really needed from the beginning. And I think social media has really helped, you know, the culture itself grow. It's allowed
Mhm.
certain people like myself and many others to have this avenue to grow something different. It's really cool nowadays to like think about it. 5-10 years ago, if you wanted to work somewhere you had to be covered up if you had tattoos. Like if you
Yeah.
were spending money, it was crazy on fashion, right? Like when you would tell your family or your friends, "Yo, I spent this much
They
on
would
that."
whip me.
Right, but now it's like it's normal, right? Like if
Yeah.
you're not going into a consignment shop and buying Yeezys or this and that, and you're into sneakers, you're not really into sneakers. But it's like all walks of life, from average Joe to Celine Dion.
Yeah,
It's
like
crazy.
everyone's getting involved now.
Yeah, it's dope.
Like I do this thing on my Instagram where I put my shoes on there, and other people send me theirs, and it's cool seeing just random people with some heat, and you're like, okay, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, being that it's getting so big, where do you see the future of sneakers going?
I don't think we're anywhere close to a bubble, so-called bursting,
Hmm.
or I think that with so many people now trying to get into it
Hmm.
to generate a dollar, whether it's like reselling on their
Hmm.
own, whether through its Instagram or Facebook, and guys opening stores, and now the American Eagles, the Farfetches of the world, putting money into these brands. I think the experience is going to get a lot better, and finally we have something that, like, we all know and understand that, this is deserving of the attention, and now it's an experience. Like, it's not a swap meet vibe. You
No,
know what
no,
I'm saying?
no.
Like, now if you're opening a store, you got to do like, you got to do a lot.
Like the vibe is
Has to
cool.
be
Like,
crazy for you to be able to gain the traction that you need to grow.
yeah, no, like, well, let's talk about your store in Vegas. That's the one I've been to. I've been to both of them, but I've been the new. We'll talk about the newer one, the glass shelving. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You got all the high kicks in there. You got the Supreme all over. Like, do you design everything to know, like, when people walk by, they're gonna see all this, and they're gonna come in and they're gonna shop?
So that store that we're currently in inside Fashion Show Mall on the Strip was designed, like, 99% of it was designed by me,
Oh no.
right? I focused a lot on lighting, and I focused on making sure that the store didn't overwhelm the product,
Okay.
but that it was more of an accessory to the product, right? So it's very kitschy for high end shopping,
Yeah.
but it's a functional experience that gets engagement. Like, the shoes are put purposely backwards because I want our guests to see something and be like, "Oh man, I know what that is. Oh man, I've never seen one," and then put their hand out and
Oh
grab it,
damn.
right? And then the top shelf stuff is all the stuff that, like, we oogle over on the internet, right? Like, "Oh
Yeah.
man, I don't know if I'll ever see these," and then they're
Yeah.
just sitting there. And but those glass cases aren't locked. I still want our guests to open it and
Oh, for
see,
real?
touch, and feel. Yeah. So
We didn't open it. We thought it was
yeah,
locked.
you could have opened it, bro. There's no locks on it.
Hey, another thing that about that store too is you scan the ticket and it tells you.
Right. So we incorporated QR codes about 2 years now. And the reason why we were doing that is because what I was noticing is when we used to have let's say I had 100 pairs of a pair of shoes,
Uh-huh.
all 100 were out. So then when a guest would say, "Hey, I want this," you had to go through all 100 to find it. It's
Yeah.
not the most efficient
Yeah, yeah,
experience.
yeah.
And a lot of people in this culture are very introverted. They don't want to be bothered. They don't want to have the engagement of talking. Like, they get weirded out,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So this allows our guests to come in, shop at their own pace, peruse the store, get the information that they need. And for us, we don't have to have 100 of something out. We only have to have one,
One.
and it protects the integrity of the items, and it just allows us to move faster. We're actually switching that, and making it even better in the next, like, within the next 6 months. It's gonna be, instead of scanning, you're gonna take your phone, you're gonna tap the item. It's gonna show you all the information, like size, price, condition, location, because we have multiple stores.
Yeah.
You'll be able to request to try it on, and then you'll even be able to purchase it right from your phone. And then all the suggestive selling that, where the store can make money, like sneaker cleaner,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
store shirts,
Maybe,
all the
yeah.
things that we forget is in the interaction, because you get so caught up in certain conversations that you
You
forget to
forget
sell
that,
the
like,
stuff that pays the bills.
yeah.
This is going to clean that up. And then even after that, like, once you take the item, if there's changes in market where it goes up or down, I'm going to be able to send you push notifications telling you,
Price went down.
right,
Price went
price went
up.
up.
Boom,
Right.
boom,
If there's
boom.
certain promos for the store, like when we have a 5-year anniversary in September and we're going to give away 2 cars to random people, right, that they get to pick the cars, this is going to be a great way for us to just send it to everybody. So it's really dope, the direction that we're
That's
going, bro. Yeah. It's
How do you think of this stuff? Like, do people come hit you like, yo, this is new. This just came out. This will work for your store. Is this just you thinking everything in and being like, yo, I need to make everything more efficient?
a lot of that side of it. It's, trial and error, um, going pretty much to every sneaker store all over the world.
Yeah.
And then me just constantly asking myself, why wouldn't I shop here? What would I want to see happen better or more efficiently. And I'm constantly trying to make stuff better. I'm
Yeah.
not so much like I'm concerned with the profit, but I'm not really concerned with the profit if it helps the experience. So a lot of not sleeping and just beating myself up trying to figure out how to make it better.
How does it feel to be that top tier in the game to where when you go to conventions like the Ben Hadlow's Fest that's happening tomorrow, people just, oh, let me take a pic, let me do that. Yo, you got some advice for me? You got anything? Like, what's that feeling like?
It never gets old. To be able to talk to people that have been paying attention to what you're doing, whether it's 1 second, 1 minute, a month, a year, years, and to have that engagement and put a face to a name that's just been hitting like
Yeah.
or commenting crazy, like that never gets old. I don't get to do that enough. Um, I understand that my brand is like motivation to a lot of people. Like
It
what we've
is.
done is motivational. It's inspiring, right? My story is crazy. Like the background and all
Yeah,
that. To
everything about
get to where I'm at, like even for me, I still don't understand the magnitude of what's happened so far. But I do feel like I haven't done anything yet.
for real.
Like I haven't, bro. I've been able to fight long enough to get the opportunity to make it better, and now we're gonna blow it up. So we're still growing, but I still realize like for as high of a pedestal that people supposedly put me on, I don't feel like I should be on a pedestal. Like until you see me taking days off or not logged on the
Yeah,
gram
yeah.
or not YouTube videos ain't coming out 24/7, like I ain't made it yet to feel like I'm anybody. You know what I mean?
Talking about your story, I know a little bit about it. DJ Nicasio actually is the one that told me a little bit about it. If we could summarize it real quick, it was that you
Long,
were home. I don't want to say it. If
long
I'm wrong.
story. Long story short. Couple years ago, it's been a little while now, but a couple years ago, I was homeless, and I used to panhandle on the strip. I used to sell water on the strip.
You're from Vegas,
I'm from Jersey.
Jersey. So what
Yeah.
brought you to Vegas?
My daughter. My
Okay.
daughter was living out there. So panhandling, selling water, standing in line for shoes, got a job, lost a job, started reselling shoes, opened Urban Necessities 4.5 years ago with $40.
With $40, how you do that? How you get a lease for $40?
Um well I got a credit card and I opened up a business license and then I went into the raggediest mall in the city and well they bend rules and I got a couple free months and then I made a post on Instagram and was like, yo, if you got clothing brands, let me help you sell them, but I was charging them rent. And we turned it last year. We turned that 40 into 20 million in sales last
That's
year.
amazing, man.
It's wild,
That's
bro.
amazing. I ain't gonna lie to you. When we did go to the mall in the hood out in Vegas, I think it was a security guard or someone told us like, "Yo, if you guys buy something from here, just hold it and walk out with it."
Crazy.
Like,
Yeah, nah, man. I joke all the time. We went from the hood mall to the good mall, right?
yeah, no.
We're in a top 10 mall in the United States. It sees more foot traffic than Disneyland. Our store generates more traffic than every store in that mall. And to say that and have stats to prove it, like there's a Louis in there.
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
an
There's.
Apple store in there. There's a Saks in there. There's some crazy stores in there.
But that's an attest to what you're doing, and building it, because online, everyone's trying to go there. Everyone wants to see.
It's the community, bro.
Yeah.
Like it don't got nothing to do with me. Okay, like I'm, one of the faces of the brand, but like without the trust and the support of the community, not only just in Vegas but worldwide for this, we're not where we're at. Everything in that store is owned by someone else for the most part.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of trust and a lot of support from people we've never even had the opportunity to shake their hand. It's really dope.
If there was something you wanted to either change about the community or you wanted the community to do something different, would there be anything?
I think it's like butterfly effect. If you change one thing, you change everything, right? Right now, I think that it's going in the right direction, and that we all have to just continue to give it the air that it needs to breathe to keep going, right? And we
Gotcha.
have to just operate in good faith as business owners, as resellers, as consumers. It's like
Yeah.
we just have to be honest about what we're doing.
All right, last question. Your favorite pair of shoe?
I hate this question, bro. I get asked this question, and every day
There
it's a
has to be
different shoe.
one.
If if you obligated me to only having one
All
shoe
shoes
for
went
the
away.
rest
You only
of
get one pair.
Black Cement 3.
For real?
Yeah.
What was the last pair of shoe you bought? You actually bought?
Well, I bought a shoe today. The what are they called? The
Oh, the
Susan.
Air Max?
Yeah, I bought the Susans today. But the one that I'm really geeked out that I bought, I posted a couple days ago, was and I dropped a YouTube video on it today. The Flam, Jordan 1 that I got from Shoe Surgeon. It's made with real money. It's actual real money
So you're
on
not
the
gonna
shoe.
wear those?
Nah, I'm gonna wear them. I'm 100% wearing those. I'm keeping them for Zurich. I'm doing a sneaker show out in Zurich, Switzerland, and I'm gonna rock those there.
So you, man, worldwide, being worldwide, like, what's that feeling like that? Yeah, I'm gonna get on this plane. I'm gonna handle this convention.
I go to these
I'm gonna wear
shows,
my shoes with money on.
whether I go to Cleveland or I'm in Shanghai, right, or Dubai or wherever. I go to every single show the same exact way. Is anybody even gonna know who we are or what we're doing? And every single show and everywhere we go, it's like from the second you get off the airplane, someone's screaming your name, someone's asking for a picture. You're like walking into these sneaker stores that like I'm fanboying out and seeing staff members' eyes get like to
Light
this
up.
like this and like, oh, yo, it's like, bro, it's crazy. You don't really realize the engagement and who's paying attention until you walk into the environment, regardless of place. It's wild.
Do you also feel that you always have to wear some hot shoes when people see you? They're gonna be like, wait.
For a while I was very caught up in, man, I have to have something crazy on my feet for a while, but I'm feeling a lot more comfortable in my skin. Nowadays I don't feel like I have to do the wow as much as I once used to. And if it's a lot easier this like you know what I mean? I'm growing. I don't, you know what I mean? I let my work speak for me. Forget the
Yeah.
shoes.
Sure. Hey, social networks, YouTube, where can they follow you at?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram at 2J'sKicks. My YouTube is at 2J'sKicks, and then the shop's page is at urban_necessities.
And we'll put that all somewhere in this video.
Thank you, bro.
Man, thank you for stopping by,
Nah,
man.
bro, it's truly an
Appreciate
honor and a pleasure, man. I'm glad you guys were able to,
Yeah, work this
get
out,
me
get you
in.
up here. Thank you.
Thank you, bro.